pizza dough. Make a pizza dough. Make a pizza dough. Make a pizza dough. Make a pizza dough. T-shirt. I'm making pizza dough shirt, pizza dough shirt, pizza dough shirt, pizza dough shirt. And we're making pizza dough shirt, pizza dough shirt, pizza dough shirt, pizza dough shirt. And we're making pizza dough shirt, pizza dough shirt. Oh no. Pizza dough shirt, pizza dough shirt, pizza dough shirt, pizza dough shirt. Dough.
Hi, my name's Chad and welcome to my kitchen. Tonight we're gonna make pizza dough. And we're gonna rock it out. I love pizza dough. I just learned how to make it myself about maybe, I don't know, a month ago. And I tell you, you learn how to freeze it and put it in your freezer, and then you know how to make this pizza. Beautiful, just wonderful pizza crust when you want it at your convenience. And the wonderful thing about it is that you can freeze your pizza dough and just have it at your convenience whenever you want. Just take it out of the freezer, roll it out, you're ready to go. It's good to go. Homemade pizza, so delicious. The crust, you can make it thin as you want, as thick as you want. You can add cheese, you don't have to add cheese. I mean, the possibilities are honestly endless with this recipe. So that's why I want to bring it to you tonight. And I think we should get started right now to make the pizza
That was fun.
We're making the dough, making the dough. Making the dough, making the dough. We're making the dough, making the dough. We're making the dough, making the dough.
We're making the dough. We're making the dough. We're rolling the dough. We're making the dough.
Making the dough, making the dough. Making the dough, making the dough. We're making the dough, making the dough. We're making the dough, making the dough.
We're making the dough. We're making the dough. We're rolling the dough. We're making the dough.
1 teaspoon of sugar. right here, goes in the bowl. 2 1/4 teaspoons of yeast go in the bowl. One tablespoon of olive oil goes in the bowl, but have your cup of hot water ready. So 1 tablespoon of olive oil, and 1 cup of hot water. Mix all this around. Mix it up just like that, real good. Yeast is a mysterious thing. Sometimes it acts weird. Yeast, they say it's alive, but I really don't care. Yeast, it acts so strange. It can be very alien-like. Yeast, when it gets all fluffy and weird looking like that, then you know it's ready to add your flour. Okay. So our yeast looks alien-like, and that means it's time to add the flour. And what I've got here is 2 cups of flour, and I'm going to add 1 tablespoon, if I can find it here, let me wipe it out. I'm sorry, 1 teaspoon of salt. And I'm going to add that to the flour right in here like that. Okay? And now I'm going to just mix it in a little bit. See there? And I'm doing that because they say if you mix salt with yeast, it'll tear a rift in the universe. I heard that. So you never want to do that. I don't know what will happen, but I don't want to find out. So now our salt is mixed in our flour. We won't be tearing holes in the universe today. We won't be tearing holes in the universe. We won't be tearing holes in the universe. Okay. So peace. 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 All right. So you use your hand here like a whisk. All right. So our yeast is alien looking, and we're going to add our flour a little at a time. And what you want to do here is, I have a cup here ready to add a little more, because you want to add 3 cups if you can to this. Sometimes I end up adding a little less because I like the texture better. Anyway, here we go. I'll just put that 2 cups in just like that and just get that all mixed in. I'm going to add another 1/4 cup of flour. And try not to make a mess. I think that's enough flour. See what I'm saying? This is the right texture. It's right there like that. Get this off my fingers. Okay, I think that's plenty of flour. And then we're going to just work that flour into a ball in here like so. Put some flour out here on my counter, and you want to take your ball of dough here and knead it a little bit out here. Just like that. Get it all worked. You want to knead this about 2 or 3 minutes. Kind of get all your lumps worked out of it. Make sure you put flour on this. Make sure it don't stick to the counter. Just keep rolling it in a ball like so. And mash it down. Knead it just like I'm doing, just like that. Work it. And then what you want to do is roll it into a ball just like that. About the size of a softball there. You take your bowl here, dump all your excess flour out. Now you want to take about 1.5 tablespoons of oil and just put it right inside your bowl here of some olive oil. Put your dough in there, roll it around, get it nice and lubricated all the way around with your olive oil, just like that, just like that. Okay. Wash your hands off. Alright, now we're going to take our bowl of dough and cover it with some plastic wrap. Alright, we've got our pizza dough here and it's all swollen up and it's risen, and I'm going to show it to you right here. Take the cover off and there it is. And so from this point, what you're going to do is just want to punch it, kapowie! And it's going to sink down just like that. So what we want now is we want to get some flour out here on our counter. Alright, from this point, we're just going to get some flour on your counter here and get your dough and just work it a little bit and bring it right out here on the counter, right on that flour. And then with this, you just want to work this a little bit, work your dough a little bit, start working it. Just like that. We're going to need this another 2 or 3 minutes. Get our bowl out of the way. All right. Now from this point, I've got back this camera off a little bit. I've got parchment paper here This is parchment paper I've already cut out. And I'm going to take my dough here. Alright, so we're going to take our parchment paper and lay it down. And then take our cutter here. Now for me, I'm going to freeze, I think I'm going to freeze 2/3 of this and use 1/3 for myself. So cut it there. And here. That'll make one little personal pizza for me right there. I'm just going to wrap this up like that, just like so. Alright, that's going to be one to go in a freezer bag. Dough in parchment paper and then in a freezer bag. Just like that. That's one. You know, and you can make these larger for a larger pizza. For myself, though, I just, so for myself, these are big enough. They'll roll out to be a nice size, personal size pizza. And I'm going to show you that right here with this piece right here. Alright, these are set. In the freezer they go, just like that. And now, we'll go ahead and make our pizza. I'm going to just go ahead and work this a little more. A little more flour down. Now on your pan, pizza pan, and you can just use a cookie sheet, you want to take this and just add a little sprinkle of cornmeal. Just like that. That's all you need. That's going to prevent your dough from sticking. We'll set that right there. You just want to start working your dough out, stretching it. Oh, we need our oven on. Set your oven to 450. Now you can roll this pizza dough out to as thin as you like. If you like your pizza dough to be thin, then by all means you want to roll this out to be super thin. But I like mine to be a little thicker than that. But you have to be careful now. This dough will rise in the oven and become very thick. So you want to roll this out. If you like a thick piece of pizza, then you know, keep it a little thicker. But if you like it thin, you can really roll this out nice and thin. If you like a thin crust. You see how thin I'm getting this? Now this is just for myself, remember. This is just 1/3 of that. Alright, that's going to be good right there for me. And we're going to get this right in the pan over here. Just like that. Alright. Okay. Put some little finger indentions in there, little dimples. That's to hold your sauce in there, in your crust, nice like that. Now, I like to drizzle mine with a little olive oil. Alright, so here we go. We're going to drizzle with some olive oil. That's good. Just kind of run that around on your dough a little bit. That's going to be good. And I made one of these last night, and I have the leftover meat and sauce in here that I made last night. This is just some ground chuck that I ground myself in my meat grinder. So there's no pink slime in this. And what I did was I just threw it in the sauce, and we're just going, right now we're just going to add the sauce, and little pieces of the meat will be fine to go ahead and add on here. And I had added some, this has pieces of asparagus in here as well. So this is going to be kind of a beef, asparagus, Italian, if you will, sort of pizza. Because I am using a red marinara sauce, and I just got that. That's a jar marinara of your favorite marinara, and I just I browned the ground meat, and then threw in the cut up asparagus with the meat and cooked them in there with the meat. Cut them up. So this is kind of an asparagus, beef and asparagus pizza here that I'm making. And go ahead and just get the rest of your sauce on here and your meat. Okay. And I'll leave about a ½ an inch around the edge, so you'll have a pizza edge. You know, if you take it all the way to the edge, then you won't have your crust. You know, so I leave that open there, and you don't want it to drain out there too much. Of course, it will after you cook it, some of it. That's okay. Here and there. Alright, that's good. And also, I have some black olives. Some black olives on there. And we're going to add some tomato to this. and some cheese. A little salt and pepper. It's a pizza in my kitchen. It's a pizza in my kitchen. And the pizza's ready. Ooh. Nice. Ouch, that's hot. Fine. Beautiful. Alrighty, here we go. Beautiful. Why, it looks so delicious. I can hardly wait to try a piece. 'Cause you see, I'm starving. Check it out. Oh yeah. That's wonderful. Wow. That is so yummy. Well, I hope you try this recipe. It's really awesome. You don't have to sing opera during it either. I hope you enjoyed this show. It was fun making it for you. I know I'm silly. But I had a blast, and I hope you did too. Oh my God. That's better. Bye. Happy eating. I hope you enjoyed the show. Happy eating. Don't forget, subscribe. Click the button right up there. Thanks. Happy eating.